Let's consider a function like this where we're asked to find the domain. So the domain of a function is the set of x values that you could use in a problem and still get an answer, still get a mathematical answer. So notice in this problem here, f of x equals x minus 2 over x minus 3, that you would not be able to use 3 here for x. Because if you did, down here on the bottom, you would have 3 minus 3, which is 0. And in mathematics, you can't divide by 0. So you wouldn't be able to get a real number answer if you use 3 for x. Now 3 up here would be fine. 3 minus 2 is 1, so you'd have 1 on the top. But on the bottom you'd have 0, and you can't do 1 divided by 0. So the domain here can be all the real numbers. You really could use anything. We'll say all the real numbers. This is the symbol for that. But you couldn't use 3. So it's all the real numbers, but not 3. So x cannot be equal to 3. So that's what the domain is. So the domain of a function is all of the x values that are permissible. All of the x values that you could use or substitute in here for x and still get a mathematical answer. So notice you could really use anything but 3. That's what this is saying, anything but 3. Next question is, what's the x-intercept on this? Well, the x-intercept is what you get whenever y is 0. So if I take that problem up here, and f of x is equivalent to y, so I'm putting 0 in y's place here, in f of x's place. And what I want to do is solve this problem. So to find the x-intercept, you put 0 in y's place and solve the problem. So how do you get a fraction to equal 0? Well, a fraction is equal to 0 when the numerator, or the top, is 0 and the bottom isn't. So the x-intercept is going to happen when x is 2. So notice if you put a 2 here, 2 minus 2 is 0. So the x-intercept is just that. It's 2 and 0 as an ordered pair. So the y value is 0 and the x value is 2, because if you put 2 in there, you'll have 0 in the numerator position. So the x-intercept is 2, 0. Now what's the y-intercept? Well, the y-intercept is what you get when you put 0 in x's place. So notice if I take this problem up here and I put 0 in both places for x, so if I put 0 there and there, this is what I get. So I want to know, what does that equal? Well, on the top, that's going to be -2. And on the bottom, I'm going to get -3. So 0 minus 2 is -2. 0 minus 3 is -3. So that's 2/3. So the y-intercept, on this graph is 0 and 2/3. So 0 goes in x's place, which is what I did. I put 0 in x's place. And when I did the math, I got positive 2/3, because a negative divided by a negative is a positive. So that is the domain, the x-intercept and the y-intercept. And that helps a lot when you're trying to graph this equation. So you have the domain, you have the x-intercept, and you have the y-intercept. So those are some significant values in a graph.